T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Trap Talk Reptile Network, coolest reptile network in the world. Episode 504. New breeder on the block. Ivy Pythons. What's up, guys? It's Big E Top G. MJ had some family things to attend to today. Not feeling too good. So your boy, Big E, taking over the controls tonight. Here we are, and another new breeder on the block. And, we're going to take care of it tonight. CONDUIT Constrictors, up-and-coming family in the ball python game, working with some amazing recessives. Steve Sr. and Steve Jr., man, they're killing the game. They're coming. Meet them at the next Tinley. Man, they got some amazing projects going. The Chipper, what can I say? Best COCO in the game. Head over to COCODO.com. Get that COCO to go. Use TRAPFAM code 24 for 20% off. Blake Exotic Feeders. What can I say, man? That's the best quail in the game. Hands down. Blake is the best. Get the best feeder quail you can get. Bear Blake's Exotic Feeders. All right, Reptile Super Show, the #1 show in the country. You guys got to check out the Pomona LA Pet Fair, June 28th and 29th. 3 separate buildings: aquatics, birds, reptiles, and plants. It's a must. And then, let's bring the chat. Let's welcome all the people in the chat. Jamil, V Unit member. Thank you for coming on. Derek, Trap Fam, V Unit Fam. Welcome. PJ, what's up, Eric? Another Trapper and V Unit Fam. Joe K, V Unit. Bradley, pretty sure he's a Trapper. Manuel Noriega, another Trapper. Dan, what's up, my man? V Unit. And, hey, Shane, a Trapper and another V Unit member. Big Dog, Mana. All City Serpents, another Trapper in the chat. Welcome aboard. Scale Fins and Feathers, another Trapper. Thank you for the support. Alex, V Unit, baby. Eric, V Unit. Thank you, bro. City Limit, Trapper, and V Unit member. And last but not least, Mr. MORPH Valley. Man, stop ducking the new breeder on the block segment, dog. Come on now, bro. What's up? Trapper and V Unit member. Let's go. Y'all ready for IV Pythons?
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop.
when I come up with the drop. Gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with everybody. We do it. Everybody. We do it.
Guys, I gotta get used to that solo thing. I left a couple things out, right? Guys, you gotta join the V Unit and the Trap Patreon fam, okay? And Trap Fest is coming soon. Will you be there? I'm gonna be there. I'll be in San Diego. So if you guys are interested in making it to Trap Fest, message the Trap God, okay? All right, Vicky and Isabel, welcome to New Breeder on the Block.
Hi.
I still have a long way to go to get used to being on the camera by myself. So if you guys are feeling any type of nerves tonight, know that I'm with you when it comes to that.
Okay, we'll share in that feeling.
Yeah. So welcome aboard.
Thank you for having us.
Like I said, you guys are fam. You guys are in both of our his Patreon and my subscription. You know, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Well, this is our third year breeding. We started, I started collecting in 2020. Isabel had a ball python that she got for Christmas. Santa Claus brought her a ball python. And I kind of fell in love with it. And then I kind of got hooked, which will happen. So I started buying, one ball python, and then one turned into 5, and then 5 turned into 10. And, we don't know necessarily how many we have. There's a pretty solid rule of mine to not count how many snakes are in the house. So it's just sometimes better not to know, or to let your husband know how many snakes you own. But we've got a few now. So,
well,
yeah.
I got to say, to both of you, Isabel, if you don't know, all of us, we're just like you guys. All of us in the reptile community started just like you guys. So, all right, full time, you're a nurse, correct?
I am, yeah. Yep. I was working ER up until almost about a year ago, and now I'm doing labor and delivery. So I do babies at home and babies at work. So it's been interesting. It's been fun. A little less stressful than the ER.
Isabel, how old are you?
10.
10. Any idea more or less what you think you might like in the future?
What do you think?
Less snakes.
Oh man, we just got some info out of that. It's
mostly
mom now.
Yeah. I get a lot of crap for that.
That's funny. All right, so what was your first ball python?
It was just a normal.
Yeah, Snakerdoodle.
Snakerdoodle. Okay.
Yes, she's our baby. So she's a little nervous. So we got Snakerdoodle. You don't have to get her, sweetie. It's okay. Come back. And then we ended up getting, I bought 2 boys after that, because originally the plan was we were gonna breed once, and then it's like chips, right? Once you get one, you got to get more. So we got a banana clown boy. That's Banksy, and he's our baby. We've had quite a few clutches from him now. And
that's a great second snake.
Yeah. He's awesome, and he's super sweet. He's really social.
Yeah.
And a really good breeder. So that's been nice. Yeah. And now, we've got all kinds of stuff. So.
All right, real quick before we continue on that, like, where were you getting your information so early? Like,
so I started on
run me through that.
Yeah, so I started on YouTube. I was just watching YouTube videos, following primarily Barcheck and Nerd were kind of the two that I mostly watched, and then we kind of branched out. So some of our first animals we got were from them. And then that kind of just went, I ended up joining a Discord community that was amazing, and learned pretty much everything. I didn't know anybody here who did it. So I spent most of my time just chatting online and talking to people. And I got really lucky that I ended up with a group that was really friendly and amazing about giving information. And then it was just kind of trial and error, figuring things out. We've been pretty fortunate. So our first year breeding, we got 5 clutches. 5 clutches.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah, it was kind of unexpected. We had gotten a couple. I wanted to get a breeder female to start just so that I could try my hand. I got a girl that wasn't real expensive. I kind of prepared myself for some heartache. So we wanted to kind of ease our way into it easily. And they all gave us clutches. And then we had a few gals that we had gotten that were a little bit older, but not quite there, that just ate beautifully and decided to go for us. So we had a really good first year. And then last year we had 8 clutches. And then this year, I think we're on track for maybe 15. 12.
How many snakes did you keep, or pullbacks did you keep from your first 2 seasons?
So I think the first year we kept like 4 or 5. Again, a lot of those animals were those first original breeder females that we purchased weren't really very high end. So we really just were trying to figure out how to do things. And so we didn't keep a lot, just a few. And we got kind of lucky, and luckily the genetic testing came out, because I had a few that were possible hets that ended up proving out through genetic testing. So we ended up keeping them. And then, of course, we named a couple on accident. And so then they're going to live with us forever now. And I'd say that's probably the same last year. We kept back probably 6 or 7.
Okay. And the banana clown was the primary breeder?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to ask, a lot of banana males, huh?
Yeah, we have a lot of banana males, but people love them.
I have to tell you, on the show circuit, bananas are like.
Yeah, they always sell out.
Yeah, bananas and pies, and bills.
Yeah. And so even though we've kind of moved on to some new projects, some of those females that we had planned on getting rid of originally, we put them with the banana and they sell. So.
Yeah. And so you guys are located in Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah, Mesa, Arizona.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So you got ahead of me with the clutches. So let's talk about real quick. Let's talk about collection size at the moment and where you see yourself going in the near future.
I would say we probably have about 80 breeders. Not all necessarily up to size yet. We have a lot that are still growing up. And then quite a few babies this year. But as far as like our core collection, I'd say we have probably about 80. I think the plan this year will be to try and sell some of the breeder females that we originally started with, because now we've got some of the girls that we either produced or purchased later on that are going to be growing up. So we'll need the space. I think I primarily do all the keeping myself. So that's kind of the place where I think I'm maxed out on what I can comfortably handle. So we're going to try and keep it there.
And those 80, are you including the other species, or is that all ball pythons?
That's just ball pythons. Yeah.
Okay. And can you talk to me a little bit more about the other genetics and traits you're working with?
With the ball pythons?
Yeah.
So we have quite a few. So Isabel's favorite is Axanthics.
Oh, we have something in common, Isabel.
Yeah. And so we both fell in love with the lightning pied early on. And so we have actually our lightning pied is breeding this year. She just ovulated. So we're very excited.
What did you put her to?
We ended up getting a male that is just a MJ het pied.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
great. That's great.
Yeah, so our goal
There's still not a ton of MJ lightning pied stuff out there. So.
There's not, and that was kind of our goal. I really liked the way they looked. I liked the quality, and it was something that wasn't as common. So, and I have this thing about getting animals from other countries, apparently. So, we like importing stuff. But
you imported those?
Yeah, they both came from Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so one we got from Billy, who was one of really helped us at the very beginning. So we were part of his group, and he was super supportive, and we got our girl from him. And yeah, so we're the goal is to make some females that are either double visuals or single and het, and then have those for breeding stock so that we can start adding in genes for males for later.
Yeah, adding in the other layers that go well with those projects. So let's talk about that. Which direction do you see yourself taking the animals you have now? The ones that you keep.
I don't know. So I feel like every year it changes. We haven't been doing this for very long. And so the things that we were really in love with at the start, not that we don't still love those things, but as you go, your tastes can kind of change and you start learning new things and new things come out. So I think this year we're really focused on our passion projects from when we first started. So it's a lot of codom stuff. Like the animal for me, at least, that I very first saw when I was watching YouTube videos that I fell in love with was the super lorry leopard. So it was Barczyk's crowning achievement, and he was always so excited, and they were beautiful. And so this year our lorry leopard has laid, and her eggs are due in about 10 days. So we're really excited to hopefully get one of those. And so it was just like some of that kind of stuff that maybe isn't really necessarily high end, but things that we really love. So we have a lot of that stuff this year.
Yeah, at the end of the day, what's high end now might not be high end tomorrow. Yeah. So you have to work with what you love, and make great decisions, layer things in that makes full sense, but not only full sense economically, right? It has to make full sense to what you love to see.
Yeah,
because you're gonna take care of these animals every single day. Yeah. You want to be wowed and amazed and happy and thrilled when you open these tubs. So I mean that's what it's all about. So you said you're gonna try to produce a super lorry leopard?
Yeah, we're hoping.
That's amazing.
We got our female from Barczyk, and she is a lorry, and we had a few people tell us that they thought she was probably also leopard. And then we have a lorry leopard male. So they paired up this year, and then we got another clutch from him, which we weren't planning on keeping any of that stuff either, and then some stuff just popped out that was gorgeous. So your plans change sometimes and you don't really expect it. So at this point I'm just trying to wait and see what we get so we can decide where we want to go for next year.
Yeah, that's awesome. I that feeling of having a clutch cooking, that you have a chance to hit finally what you've been wanting so badly. That's why this a hobby of ours, this game, it's like there's nothing like it out there, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then last year we produced a couple copper clutches, which we were really excited about, and we got some really interesting results. So we're kind of doing a little bit of experimentation with copper to see what we get. It kind of was a bummer. We had a couple girls that we paired him with that ended up reabsorbing on us this year, but I think we're still going to get 2 clutches from our copper boy. So we'll see what happens with that. So we kept back most of the females from his clutches.
Yeah, copper's nice. It has a lot. It kind of looks like mahogany.
Yeah, so we imported it from Europe, and kind of with the idea of part of what I really love about this whole thing is the experimentation aspect and just trying to figure out what things are. So we kind of got it with the expectation that it was going to be mahogany and maybe just, in my opinion, a really nice line of mahogany because I really love the way they look. But we got some results that were a little bit unexpected. By the time he came to us, the only female I had left that hadn't paired with anybody was a spider. And so they paired together, and we had quite a few examples of what we knew a mahogany spider should look like. And that's not what we got. So we don't know if that's maybe something else that's kicking around in there. So we ended up pairing him with our other spider female this year to see if we can get some similar results or if it's what that might mean. And we're just going to kind of play with it and see what happens.
Okay. What recessives are you working in your collection?
So he was a het pied also, which is primarily, if you look at the European market, the copper's mostly with pied because you get those real dark panda pieds once you start mixing it with like cinnamon. So we do have him going to a couple females that are het pied, and then some of the females that we kept last year are het pied. So eventually we'll try and make some of those panda looking pieds.
Yeah, Oreo kind of look.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going eventually in the future. I want a perfect animal that's as black as a panda pied.
Yes. So we did not get a female last year that was a visual copper pied. So that's going to be our hope for this year. But like I said, we did get some females that were het for pied. So we're growing them up and we'll see what happens.
All right. So other than pied and Exanthic, what other recessives are you working?
We have a lot of clown stuff. I do have a pair of double het tri-stripe hypos that we were hoping would go this year. I mean, a lot of our stuff this year are first time females, so it's kind of give or take or what we're going to get. And I don't think she's going to go for us this year. Let's see. We've got, what else do we have?
I love tri-stripe hypos, really nice.
Yeah. We do have a het monsoon male that we got from Dave Green this year because he's local. So we went and snagged one from him. And he just got up to size, and I was really hoping he'd breed for us this year. But I think I got
a pair from him also. I got a crystal het monsoon and a het monsoon girl.
Very nice. We got a Mojave Calico het monsoon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or I'm sorry, yeah, Mojave Calico.
Yeah, I bred my boy to a bunch of stuff this year, and then the girl I got from Dave is growing big time. So
yeah, that snake is super healthy. I don't know what he's doing, but he makes good babies for sure. So we're hoping. I have one or two females that I'm kind of watching this year to see if they'll be ready or not, and if not, or we'll hopefully he'll pair up next year. So
you're really excited about monsoon going forward? Like, what's going to be your little twist to it?
So I'd like to get it into our MJ Xanthic.
Okay.
And I'd like to get it into some pied, which I know is kind of a little up in the air right now about whether or not that's going to turn out well. But I think the potential for it to turn out well, if you could get that.
As long as you don't have pastel on it, you're fine.
Right. Try to get some high pattern, and we tend to go towards more of the high pattern pied. So we have a lot of high pattern females.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. And then Enchi. So we'll try and maybe get some Enchi in there and see if that helps. So eventually that will be the goal. I have a couple of first-time pied females that haven't gone for us yet. So I'm hoping either later this year or next year they'll be ready.
Yeah, I absolutely love monsoon. I'm not going to do pied yet. I'll do that later if I have Enchi in it. But yeah, I'm putting Ultramel, Xanthic, eventually DG Hypo, and a bunch of incomplete dominants in there. Enchi, Calico, Fire, OD. That's going to be so much fun.
And I really love to play with just the different combinations. So I'm really curious to see, because I know not really a lot I think has been done with it yet as far as like codom combinations. So I'd really like to put it to some busy patterns and see if you end up with a busier pattern or if it has that opposite effect where it starts giving you a change in pattern and maybe a reduction. I've noticed a lot of that. So
IRES in Europe, in my view, has had the most success hitting combos. He's hit some amazing fire monsoons, and he hit a fire clown monsoon, which is like,
I have not seen that.
Yeah, I gotta show you this week in the chat. It's incredible. So any DG stuff? Yeah,
we actually just produced our first desert ghost this year. She just hatched. She's just a little while ago. We have a lot of what we did. We started with het-to-het pairings. So we didn't have a lot of capital put down, and most of the money that we started with, I put into infrastructure. For me, half the fun is making it anyway. So we have a lot of het-to-het stuff this year. So we had 2 female het DGs that one's already laid and one hopefully will lay. So we got our first visual, which was very exciting. And so we'll keep playing with those. And then I'm pretty sure it's a male. He's, like I said, he's pretty tiny. I haven't really gone through and double checked that yet, but we'll probably start putting him to a bunch of stuff when he's ready.
You are absolutely right. I could have bought my first monsoon straight up, but I decided I wanted to hit that animal like the old days.
Yes, it's more exciting.
That's still in me, you know?
Yeah.
So the DG Xanthic Clown is something I'm going to hit myself. So yeah, listen, I've been in the game 18 years and I'm still thinking like that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's easy to just buy an animal. When you hit it yourself, there's nothing like it.
Well, and we're still so new, right? Like we're still learning, and I think for us that's half the fun. And the goal will be to make the money from the business to invest back into the business, getting bigger snakes later. But for now, we're happy just having fun with it. So
all right, I have a question for Isabel.
Okay.
All right, Isabel, what's your favorite ball python mutation in your collection?
Probably the lightning pied.
All right.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw lightning pied when Marcus Jane hit them. My head blew up. That next season, I paired and I made my first double hits, and then the rest is history.
Well, and we didn't think she was going to go for us this year. She actually went off food really early, but she's always been a very good eater, so she had quite a few reserves on her. But yeah, she went off food probably 2 months ago and just ovulated. So I didn't actually expect that she was going to go for us, but she did. So we're very excited. Lots of little babies. Yeah. She's more interested in her other breeds. Like she loves the ball pythons, but she gets a little more excited for some of the other stuff.
All right, Isabel, what excites you more with the other species that you have? Let's list them here real quick. You said you have Mexican black kings, corn snakes, hognose, ball python, ground boas, and you have an Angolan, which I have too. I love Angolans.
Yes, we just got her, and she's adorable.
Tell me what you like the most, Isabel.
What's your favorite?
My hognose.
Yeah.
That's cool. You have one?
Just one for now. Yeah, she just got her for her birthday. She's been wanting one for a really long time, so we finally got her one.
Yeah, I'm in love with them. I have 6 now, and let me tell you something. I wish I had them 10 years ago, and I just got out of it to focus on the balls, and that was a huge mistake on my part.
Yeah, they're definitely hot. We always, every time we vend, people always come up asking if we have hognose. So someday we'll be able to say yes.
Yeah. When I have a hognose on my table, people go crazy.
Yeah.
Because at a show they see a ton of ball pythons. Listen, ball pythons are my first love. They always will be, right? But I'm a ball python guy. They expect to see ball pythons at the table. When they see MBKs, when they see hognose, people freak out and they fall in love. And I saw, whenever I bring a hognose to the show, I sell a hognose.
Yeah. So I told her we're at the next Pomona, we're going to try and find a boy. So that will be the goal. So hopefully that will be her little breeding project.
Yeah, my boy Clover, I think he can help you with that too. So
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk rodents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you have a substantial collection.
Yes. So we primarily
How does that work?
frozen. Isabel, especially early on, did not tolerate live feedings very well, and still is not a big fan, but she's gotten much better. So we do try and feed primarily frozen, just for ease too. I'm very lucky in that because we do have some really great breeders very close by. I have access to live rodents when I need them, and I probably have like 10 in the collection that will still only take live. So we do have that access, which is good, but we do mostly feed frozen. We also like to get the babies on frozen because I find that helps with, we sell a lot of pet snakes. So it really helps for, I think, all pet owners to be able to have the convenience to feed frozen.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. But that is a bit of a struggle for us. I do worry about the day when I don't have easy access to live rodents because my husband, while very supportive of us, is not supportive of us breeding rats. So.
Well, I mean, if you have a consistent person helping you with the rodents, I mean, if they're doing well, they're not going away.
Yeah. No, I think we've been really lucky that way.
Yeah. So what are you feeding your hatchlings to start?
So we've always started them on live mice, usually the first meal. And then I try and get them onto rats as soon as possible, just like frozen rats. This year I've actually started doing frozen mice instead, partly because they're just the price is such a big difference, especially because we have so many more hatchlings than we have in the past. It's much more economical to feed frozen mice. But then I also realized this year that my success rate on first meals and switching them was significantly better. So I'm going to keep trying that this year and see how it goes. I actually have had quite a few that the very first meal I've offered a frozen mouse and they take it no problem.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
I've had really good success. So I've made a few changes. We used to just use the clear tubs, and now we're using the small Freedom Breeder gray tubs, and that seems to have made a pretty big difference on getting him to eat the first time. And to not escape. Those are a little bit more secure. But yeah, I've had shockingly good success. So I'm going to keep trying it, and we'll just see how it goes. And I feel like it's constantly evolving.
Whatever works for you guys. Like for me, I do 4 or 5 live feedings, hopper mice, and then I could switch it to FT if I want.
See, and that's what we've always done in the past. So it's like I said, it's just been this year that I figured I would try, and was really surprised that so many of them have taken it. So, but
again, whatever works for you,
Yeah.
And, so, all right. Where are you on the ASF mouse and rat debate? Because I guess we gotta talk about it, right?
So as I said, like I'm getting a little bit more mouse friendly this year because I'm noticing that they seem to like them and eat them better. I have fed ASF before. We don't have a lot of access. Like the people that I get rats from here do breed them. They just don't have a huge supply. And obviously they're quite a bit more expensive usually. Well, not quite a bit, but they're a little more expensive sometimes. But really just for convenience, we haven't done the ASFs. Although I have had really good success getting people who've gone off food back on food using ASFs. So I'm a firm believer in it. It's just not really very convenient for us.
Yeah, sometimes what I've noticed is that sometimes you have to get their interest back if they're not like a massive eater. Sometimes you'll get an animal that just won't be interested in food for a little bit. Yeah. And that's why I believe in a varied diet. Like I feed mice, ASFs, and rats. I'm in no hurry to get an animal on rats. Okay, because sometimes I'll get an animal on rats too consistently early, and I'll get them a little obese.
Well, and I think that's the other thing we've noticed this year in kind of swapping to not starting them on the rats so soon. I noticed that they seem to just be a little bit healthier.
Yeah. So in my view, a consistent meal every week doesn't have to be, huge. Small to moderate meal every week, consistently, you're gonna get to your goal no matter what.
Now, do you do the 5-day or 7-day thing?
For hatchlings, it depends on body composition, overall, hatch size. But yeah, I like feeding every 5 days.
Yeah.
To get them up, in a good rhythm, and a good solid weight on them ASAP. To get them into the show circuit, if it's that type of snake,
We try. I think sometimes it's hard, but we do try to do the 5-day thing. But sometimes it's 7 days.
I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no hurry, but I do this full time, so yeah, I attend plenty of shows, and I'd like to have a good amount of animals to where they're ready. They're 120 grams and above for the shows, eating in a real good rhythm. And then if I have quite a few of those animals, I could actually rest up a whole rack and not take that rack to the show.
Okay, so
that next time,
That's a good idea. I had never even thought of that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on feeding? How do you feel about feeding?
It takes a long time.
It does take a long time.
It does. Yeah.
Especially when you're doing frozen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why most people do live.
Yeah. And you have to plan for it. It's hours in advance, and
I do the animals I set up for frozen thawed are like pet animals that are gonna go on MORPH market, because you are absolutely right. There are a lot of customers out there that they do not want to buy an animal that is on live.
Yeah, we've run into that a lot. I think part of the reason, because we've had really good success vending, and I think part of that is because in a lot of ways we do try and cater to some of the pet buyers, and that's a big one that people always ask for is, do I have to feed it live?
Yeah, let's talk about vending. How long have you been vending? How many shows have you done? Mainly in Arizona, or have you branched out?
So Arizona's tricky. It's not easy to vend here. We only have 2 main shows. So there's the Tucson show, which is the largest. And then there's the Phoenix show, which is, it's a good size show, but there's a pretty considerable waiting list to get into it. So we're lucky we got into Tucson our first year and sold out. And so we've been doing Tucson ever since because it's a good show for us.
And Isabel, how do you like vending and interacting with kids like you that are getting into the hobby? And it must be amazing for you to be on the other side of the table. Like I'm a vendor, and I'm constantly amazing kids like you with beautiful animals. How does it feel for you to do that?
It feels good. It makes me really happy when people come over and hold our snakes, and then they say it's like the first time that they've ever held a snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she loves working with little kids.
What an amazing hobby and industry we have. I love vending and meeting people and sharing my passion. I love what I do. There's a lot of people out there that make it all about money. Money's good, right? But man, I wake up every day just like you guys with that super lorry leopard, looking forward to hitting that next project, that next layer, that next thing. Again, I said this earlier, there's nothing like it.
Well, Isabel's very shy, so it's been really good. It's helped her to kind of come out of her shell a little bit. And it's funny when you see her at a show, she just blossoms, and she's loves chatting with people. And this year she started doing 3D prints, so she's been selling those. She actually beat me in sales at Pomona from her 3D prints.
That's awesome.
Yes. So it's been good.
Damn, you guys were at Pomona. I didn't see you.
Yeah. Yes. We this was actually our second time vending at Pomona.
Okay.
And then we're going back. So we'll do it. I think that we're going to just consistently do it twice a year. And then we're actually going to do Anaheim this year too. So
it really is a super show.
It is. There's so much. It's not easy to not see someone there. Or I mean, it is easy to not see someone there.
I mean, I walked a few times, but I doubt very much that I saw. I mean, I didn't see you guys.
Yeah. So we love it. I mean, we've had really good success, and it's a lot of fun.
All right.
That's it. So all we have right now are those 2, really. So we've tried to get into some other shows, and it's hard right now. There's a lot of ball python breeders. A lot of people have wait lists. It's not an easy thing for most of the good, I think, not to say that there are bad shows, but for most of the well-rated shows, it can be really hard to enter as a new ball python breeder. It's not an easy thing to break into.
I have an opinion on the whole well-rated thing. I mean, I feel like there is no bad show for you to vent.
I would agree. There's kind of a weird situation in Arizona because we don't really have 2 shows.
Okay,
here.
yeah. I mean, I'm not talking about Arizona.
Yeah,
that sounds very different.
It's it is kind of a.
But did you say it's difficult to start a show?
Well, it's difficult to get into one.
Okay, so what I would say to Arizonians out there is that there's an opportunity for you guys.
Yes, please.
Ball python breeders, reptile aficionados. Did I say that correctly? Aficionados. Yeah. Yo, start a new show in Arizona.
Yes. I know there. Okay, so there was another one that they had this year, and I had to work that day, so I wasn't even able to go. So I didn't know. So I know that there are some people who are trying to start some new shows. So we're all just, listening and trying to see if it pans out. So hopefully we'll have some more options in the future. But so we started reaching out.
There's a lot of people in Arizona, and it's a great community. It's a great economy there.
And people love reptiles here.
I think there's meat on the bone there.
Yeah.
So,
I would
yeah.
agree. So we started reaching out to some other groups. Our problem is there's just not a lot in our area even. So like Colorado, there's really nothing, as far as I know, and I could be wrong. So please anyone tell me if I'm wrong, because I would love to know if there's a good show I should go to. But like, I don't think there's a whole lot in New Mexico. I know they did the one in Vegas, was it last year? And I guess they're not repeating that one. And so then there's some smaller shows. But again, when we've tried to get in, there's just wait lists. So at this point, our goal is to just keep doing what we're doing, and then hopefully we'll make our way on the wait lists.
All right. So let's talk about the market a little bit. What you've seen the last 12 months, how has that affected your mindset? Your production this coming season, your overall energy. And then I'll give you my opinion.
Okay. We haven't changed anything. So we didn't make any adjustments. We've done very well. So, I mean, obviously everybody has a bad show, and we've had bad shows, but we've been very successful in finding new homes for things. But we're also not afraid to make a good deal. Again, our number one goal is to find good homes for these animals. And obviously we're not trying to screw the market, but at the same time, I think for us, it's, realistic about how many animals we can keep. But we've had really good luck. So we haven't really had too much trouble. So we didn't really make any adjustments this year. And now we may pay for that, but we'll see what happens. But I think for us, we try and be really social, and we try and be really friendly, and we do a lot of trying to build new customers. A lot of what Isabel does, talking to kids. We've had families come back the next year and tell us how much they loved us the year before and how they remembered us and they want their pet snake. So we try and build those relationships. And I think so far we've had really good luck doing that. So hopefully that holds, but we'll see. It can be scary sometimes. A lot of people who came into the hobby when we came in are leaving. And I want to say this week alone, I've seen 4 or 5 messages of people saying, they're liquidating or they're significantly decreasing their collection size. And I think every time I hear that, there's like that little panic that goes off in your head where you're like, oh no, what am I doing? What's happening? And then you just have to take a step back and say, okay, just write it out, right? Like don't judge why someone's doing something. You don't know what's happening in their life. And just keep going with the flow and doing what you love, and hopefully everything works out. And so far it has. So we're just going to keep doing that. And
well, the little I've heard you, what we've been talking about today and in the chat, in the V unit and the trap, you're working on passion projects and layering your future. That's what we're doing. All of it, most of us that are in this for the long haul are doing. Again, I'm not worried, when I see something drop drastically, of course it bothers me a little, but at the end of the day, I'm in this for the long haul and building and making things better, taking my collection to the next level. It's not all about dollar signs for me. So yeah. I will say, doing this full time, it got to a point where that negativity that was out there about 8 months ago, I had to ignore it and channel it out, because guess what? I'm very successful at this. I sell out every year. I cannot and you cannot allow someone else's situation to affect yours.
Right. And that's hard. I mean, it's not always an easy thing, but you have to, because otherwise you kind of start to spiral, and it can get a little scary.
And so you second guess yourself.
Yeah.
It affects your production. I mean, your future, your animals that you're trying to hit. I mean, it just, you gotta, the American way is for you to just start, really working and building yourself in every way.
Well, the whole reason I even started this was just to have a way to de-stress, because my work was really stressful and I was not mentally in a great place where I had a good way to decompress. And this has just been, it's been great. I always tell people it's like my gardening. I come home and I garden and I tend to my soil and I tend to my animals and I make sure everybody's happy and everybody's healthy. And it's kind of my way to to just relax a little.
You hit something that we should talk about. And we talk about this. Me and MJ talk about this a lot on the podcast. When people are like trying to decide where their collection's gonna go, right? You said something very important right now. When I go into my reptile room, all right, I need to be happy. It needs to be therapeutic.
Yeah.
I've heard guys tell me recently that they're burned out. They're burned out. They're too big. They get in their room and they do what they have to do and they get the hell out. So to you and the audience out there, myself, my plan is to never get there. And the way I'm never going to get there, never going to lose my passion and my love, you know, for this amazing hobby is to never get to a point where I grow so big where it becomes, I lose my passion, you know?
Well, and like Isabel helps, right? She's my helper. She's my little business partner, but she doesn't always want to hang out and clean bins with me all day. And I don't ever push her to do that. Like, I don't want this to be a chore for her. I don't want this to be something that she doesn't like, you know, she's sighing like, oh God, I have to help you again. So I encourage her to help as much as she wants. And she's a huge helper, but you know, it's supposed to be enjoyable for everybody, right? It's not, you shouldn't be like sighing and going, oh God, I have to go do that again. That's not the goal.
No, and she's trying to be a kid. You know?
Yeah, she's got a lot of her own stuff going on, which I totally understand.
The other stuff that she wants to get to. I went through the same thing with my kids. My kids weren't into it as much as Isabel. My eldest was for a little bit, but it's all me in there. So if you get those days, don't feel bad. It's kind of normal.
Well, and she struggles. Like, I'm the weird snake mom. And I'm okay with that. And I've come to terms with being the weird snake lady, but I know that is hard for her sometimes. All
right. So talk to me a little bit about the benefits that you've had joining Billy's Patreon, joining the trap, joining the V unit, aside from the networking and whatnot.
So, you know, this is a really big world, right? The reptile hobby is huge and it's ever evolving, and especially from someone coming in with really no experience. Like, I didn't know anything. We had a snake that I really liked and I fed it and that was all I had. So when you walk into that, you really don't know what you're doing, right? And then you have all these little animals that you want to keep alive. And so when I first started purchasing animals, I got a couple and I lost one right off the bat, and it was heartbreaking. And in some ways it was very discouraging, but in other ways it was a great learning opportunity. But you need support, right? You need to talk to people and you need to find out, you know, is it something I did? Is it something that, you know, and so you learn all these lessons. And if you don't have people to talk to, I can't even imagine it. And so those communities they're just everything. So, you know, and sometimes you pay for that, and I've paid for that for sure. But I don't regret spending any money on those. You know, some of the advice I got and some of the mentorship I got was just invaluable. Especially for like, I don't know any, oh, I shouldn't say it. I didn't know anybody here who did this, right? I didn't have any friends who were breeders. I didn't have any connections. In fact, I had never even been to a reptile show. So my first reptile show I went to was Tinley. And it was to meet people that I had met in a Discord group that I finally was like, I'm going to go meet these people and I'm going to go to this show and it's supposed to be great. And everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy. They're like, you came out to Tinley for your first reptile show? But it was awesome. And people were so supportive and I couldn't imagine doing it. So if you are somebody who hasn't started really getting into communities like this, you should do it as quickly as you can. And, you know, you're always going to find groups that some are better than others. Some are more interactive than others, and some are more supportive. And that's okay. Take the good with the bad and find the group that meshes well with you, where people are going to be supportive of you. But there's a lot of options out there. Obviously, I'm a big fan of this one because it's been really good to me. But there's a ton of options out there. And there's so many people who want to help you grow. Don't listen to people who don't want to help you grow, right? When you start talking to people who are negative and they don't want to help you and all they're going to do is put you down or make you feel little, which can happen, you know, just walk away from that because there's so much good energy out there and there's so many great people and it's really an amazing community.
Yeah, what I would say is that join a few and try to mold your own knowledge and decisions through the different opinions you're going to get.
Absolutely.
Something I love about the trap is that you get so many different species, right?
Yeah.
You get the best of the best. MJ offers, chondros, emeralds, a lot of the members, ball pythons, endless species, right?
Well, and that's true for us too. Like I have just recently started getting into other species, and it's been really cool to see all of these people sharing species that I have never even heard of before, and so that is really cool.
The tree monitor game, my God, that is so amazing.
Even my husband wants one now, and he's he's not using one to want a snake.
And I offer 18 years of experience, how to build it from the bottom, all the way from the bottom to where it is now. And I'm honest, fully honest, even if it hurts a little bit. So I love what I've been able to build with the V unit as well. And what I can tell you is, and the audience out there, don't put limits on yourself. I mean, you could do whatever you want to do. Just got to put the work in,
Yeah.
So
just keep trucking, you'll get there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm hoping for, at least.
I mean, even if it takes, whatever amount of time, So, all right. Let's hit on sunset. Let's talk about sunset. Let's talk about cypress. Let's talk about some other genetics out there.
I don't have any sunset. I don't know if I'll ever have any sunset. I have considered it. I've had moments. But let's just say it's not a passion of mine. We'll just leave that one there.
That's cool. That's cool.
I don't know. I love busy genes. So like I have a ton of I have a lot of blitz and I have a lot of hurricane, which I try and keep separate.
What? Didn't they say they're the same?
They are the same. Okay. So I have a blitz male that we got when we first started. And he's gorgeous. And he's old. He's like 13 years old. But he makes beautiful babies. And I have a very nice, expensive hurricane that I got. And his babies are beautiful, but they just don't compare. So I really, truly believe, but I mean, we know like it's lines, right? So I obviously I agree that we know they're the same. And I've always felt that they were the same, but I will say that the quality of my blitz line, I feel like is higher than the quality of my hurricane. So I do keep them separate for that reason.
I've never heard that, but I believe you fully because, you've been doing this for a little bit and you have both lines in your collection. You have no reason to.
Well, and I don't.
You have no reason to mislead anyone. But
it's not indicative of anybody else's, right? It's just mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like a lot of basic. Like I have a lot of cinnamon and black pastel. I like the Lori, which I believe is red xanthic. I just like a lot of high contrast and a lot of busy pattern. But that's kind of kicking my butt this year because now I'm starting to get into these like 6-7 gene pairings and I'm getting stuff. I have no idea what I'm making. So that's going to be a rough one this year. We've got a lot of animals.
So, you have my help. I'll try to help you the best I can.
I will definitely be reaching out. It's kind of cool. We just had our first bamboo clutch.
Okay.
That's one of Isabel's passion projects because she really likes the bells. But we ended up putting our male, he was a het clown, and we put him to a het clown, and we got like amazing odds on clowns. But now I've got all these bamboo clowns. I have absolutely no idea what's in them. So that's going to be fun. So I'm learning some lessons as I go.
That one is not easy.
No, it's going to be rough, especially because the male was sold to us as a possible red stripe and a possible spot nose. So
oh boy,
I'm pretty sure I see the spot nose. My hope with doing the het to het pairing was I was going to have some single genes pop out and I would kind of isolate what was in there, and happy accident, I got a bunch of clowns. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
What other incomplete dominants are you working?
Oh gosh, let's see. Huh? Oh, that's recessive stuff. Let's see. We've got. I'm trying to think what are my other.
What did she mention?
Oh, she's in a lightning pied. Everything comes back to lightning pied for Isabel.
Okay.
Let's see what other busy stuff. We've got some Mojave. We've got some GHI.
Gotta have it. That's the best.
I have a little of everything. There's a few things I don't have that I want, but I have a little bit of a lot. We got a super sulfur female this year, which was a really cool animal that I had never seen before. It's like almost super fire, but with pattern. So that was kind of cool. Trying to think what else. We have a lot. I've got a lot of yellow belly. I can't think of anything off the top of my head because I'm on the spot, but we have a lot.
You're working puzzle?
I do. I just got a het female puzzle or het puzzle female. So we'll be growing her up and looking for a boy. I got her out in an auction for a really good deal. So that was cool.
Yeah. I can't wait I need to get some trick, hurricane, and typhoon into puzzle stuff.
That'd be cool. That'd be
the trick puzzles that I saw this year.
Is that good? That's good.
Oh my God. It might be my favorite.
I love the hurricane. And again, I love the busy pageant. I really want to make the supers. So I had an opportunity to make the supers this year and I ended up going a different direction, but that's something I would like to do. Trying to think what else. What else do we have? She's like, I don't know. You just keep buying snakes. I can't think of anything. Oh, I've got a super asphalt girl that I got that's almost up to size. So we'll be doing some fun stuff with that. And I don't know. There's a lot of snakes back there.
So opinion on the super chocolate DG Hypo Clown that JP hit.
I don't think I've seen that. I like super chocolate.
Yeah, that thing is.
I love chocolate clowns.
I shared it in the chat. I shared it in the chat and in my story. I have to go look. I commented on his post. I told him, "Yo, next to the DG Exantic Clown, I think that is the best combo ever made."
I don't have any chocolate. That's one of the on my list of things I want. So we don't have any chocolate. Yeah. So maybe we'll have to change that.
That thing is.
Add that to the list.
That thing is incredible.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I need a super chocolate clown in my life. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. What else do we love? We do love Snickerdoodle. That's true. We like our normals. I'm a big lover of the normal. I'm a supporter of the normal love. They're beautiful snakes.
I still have a couple normals in my collection.
Yeah.
And a bunch of hets.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have 2 normals.
I don't know. That's still one of my favorite of all the crazy stuff that pops up. Yeah. We've got a lot of OD. We've got a lot of. I feel like there's like the base stuff that everyone's got, right?
OD's a must.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some really nice OD stuff. Isabel, I have a question for you. Your favorite hognose morph?
The snows.
Hey.
Yes. She has a snow, but she really wants to add some conda. She's going to get the hognose, which means that the hognose is going to hiss at her, and she's going to change her mind and come back.
Yeah, that's my main project with the with the hognose. I have a group for snow.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I have a snow male. I have a snow male, and I got an exantic, a conda head exantic, and a few albino head snow females.
She really wants conda, so I think whatever we get for the boy will definitely have conda in it. And then, I mean, I struggle because like part of me says we'll just get a snow and then we'll make a whole clutch of snows and that will be great. But then half the fun is having crazy stuff pop out. So it's like, do we really want to get another snow?
You know what's funny? I love conda, right? But I do not like super conda. Oh, you didn't get it?
You tried.
Oh,
she's a little hissy.
You're letting her win.
I know. We have to work on that. She's great. She's great with the ball pythons. There's not a single ball python she can't wrangle, but that hognose, man, it scares her.
Yeah, what are we missing here?
Oh, she wants to show you a snake. Can she show you
All
a
right.
snake?
Let's do it.
Okay. Hold on. No, she's like all paranoid that it's going to get away. So this is, what's her name? She like, can't even remember. So this is our, if I can get her out.
Torturing.
I know, I'm sorry,
Don't
sweetie.
pull her out.
This is our Solomon Island ground boa. And if you've never worked with these,
Those are kind of they don't like to be held, huh?
they're not the most friendly animals.
Yeah.
This one's pretty good, but she's got herself pretty well into this. Hi, sweetheart. Here, there we go. She's coming out.
How about you?
We'll take her out this way. So they're adorable, and I love it because it's all of the advantages of having a small snake without the disadvantages of having a colubrid. And yes, I said that.
Disadvantages? Oh, Joe's gonna kill you.
I'm not a colubrid person. She's the colubrid person. I like boas and pythons.
I love my colubrids.
But they're like, she likes to be held, and she's very chill, and she doesn't musk. So it's like has the personality of a boa, but it's like this big.
I'm gonna tell you this: my colubrids don't musk.
They don't. See, maybe we just need to, we're still new to colubrids, so we need to.
I mess with them twice a week or so, and the only time I've been musked recently is when I picked one up and shed.
Okay, so we just need to work with them more.
Yeah.
But
Shall we go teeny tiny?
oh, you want teeny tiny too?
Yeah.
Let's leave teeny tiny alone. Teeny tiny was our first one.
All right, so tell me, what's that next ball python you want to invest in?
Oh, that's a good question. Chocolate. I was like, well, chocolate now. We want chocolate. I really want some acid or confusion, or they are the same, or they're not the same.
Yeah, I love confusion and acid.
Yeah. I mean, they're busy. I love the busy stuff. So that's definitely on the list of things that I want to get. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. I'm at that point where I've been. Normally, it's like a new snake coming every couple of weeks, and this year I think I've bought like 2 snakes all year. So I'm kind of at that point where I'm really taking a step back and evaluating what do we really want in the collection, and what do we really need, and what do we need to get rid of. So
sometimes you need to sit back, stop, and reevaluate.
Yeah. So in a lot of ways, I'm trying to mentally stop myself from loving things, just because if I keep buying snakes, it's going to be the end of me, at least until I get rid of some. But definitely that. I want to get some more monsoon stuff. If I can't make it all myself, I'd like to get some more monsoon stuff because I really like that. I think those are really the only 2 that I really want right now. Something else will come along that I haven't seen.
You got that first stop, that V unit. You got that V unit,
Well, so that's the problem is like I'm on the trap chat, and now I'm seeing all these other species, and so now we want a green tree python, and that's
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna have a ton of het monsoon stuff with other stuff in it.
So then I'll be coming to you.
Yeah, some cool confusion stuff. Not to talk business on the pod, but
that's okay. We can make some.
We're fam. And MJ's gonna have some cool stuff. Trappers are gonna have good stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's the other nice thing about these communities is some of the best deals I've gotten from Discord groups, right?
You take care of each other, So
yeah.
V unit members too.
Yep.
All right. So, is there another species that you're thinking about getting?
Weird note that we want. Yeah. So we definitely want. I want a chondro, but they're very intimidating.
MJ's smiling right now.
I know it's funny. So when I actually got the Angolan for my birthday in May, and so my husband came to me and he's like, I know you want this python and it's cool, I guess, but what about this? And he showed me a picture of a chondro, and I was like, yeah, no, I would love that, but that's like a little bit different, right? Like the Angolan I can stick in my rack and we'll get to know each other and it'll be just fine. And like, I'm terrified of chondros. It's a lot more to learn. It's a whole new animal, but I think that will probably be the next on the list. Oh no anacondas. That's too big for us. Oh, that's the other one. We've got a, what's it called? What's chili?
Another one of these.
It's too much pressure.
It's
a boa. It's a boa. A Dumeral's boa.
I had one of those. Those are awesome.
Yes. And we love her, but I don't think we'll breed her because we didn't realize how big she was going to get when we got her.
That was my second snake.
I love that snake. She is so chill. She's like super friendly. She's out all the time. And then the other day I saw her doing the thing with her tail where they like are trying to get prey, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But yeah. So I don't know. I'm at that point where I just want to start collecting every species. Like I hope that I never end up divorced, because my husband's like the thing that keeps me from just filling this house with every species I can get my hands on. So I need him to keep me sane a little bit. But we'll definitely get a chondro in the future.
So talk to me about his position in all of this. How does he help you? Is he just mainly supportive?
He's very supportive.
Will he get his hands dirty?
I don't know if I'd say he gets his hands dirty at things like shows, right? Like he's really great about like helping me set up things and building stuff for me and being there for, like, we were out of town this weekend with grandma and I came home and he'd set up his office as this little studio for us to do this. So like he's very amazing with those kinds of things. Like he's not going to clean a snake bin though, and he's not going to feed a snake. I mean, I'm sure he would if he had to, but he's definitely not offering, which is fine. So he's got his place, and he's he's my support system in his own ways. And
shout out to Dad.
Yeah, so
and
it's
hubby.
good. He buys them for me for presents, so I'm happy. I'm a happy girl.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, my wrap-up question is going to be: where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where is Ivy Pythons in 5 years?
I hope to be, honestly, I hope to be not that different than I am right now, right? Like I'm happy with my collection size. I'm right where I can handle it comfortably by myself. I don't want to get any bigger than that. I need to fine tune what I'm making and what I want. So I think that we're going to be very similar, although hopefully we'll have some more high-end stuff. But I never want to stop making the pet stuff. Like half the fun for us is selling these at shows and talking to kids. And like we had a family come up to us at Tucson last year, and they brought us pictures of them walking their ball python in the park. And I literally almost cried. Like it was just the cutest thing in the whole world. And they just had to share their whole life with us with this animal. So we never want to lose that. So we'll always do that. But hopefully we'll also be making some really amazing stuff in addition to that. So
yeah, for you and for the market, for other people. And how did I not ask you this? Okay, I'm gonna. There's more.
Okay.
Is Pied king?
I don't know if Pied's king, but it's definitely definitely in the royal court for sure. So we live next to someone who believes that Pied is king, and that's where we get our rats from. And so I have to respect that. And we have a lot of Pied. I won't lie. I have a lot of Pied. So
I'm of the belief that Pied is king because it will always be important.
Well, and they're never going to get old. Like people love them.
Yeah.
Like you can't go wrong. And like I said, like some of my best projects is I'm trying to get Hurricane and Blitz into Pied, and I would like to get
Hurricane, Trick, and Blitz. And
yes,
Pied is dope.
And get some really cool like high patterns, and if we could get like some high pattern monsoon Pieds, like I just think that would be insane. And then start adding in like, I was actually considering putting my pet monsoon to my some of my lavender stuff, because I think that would be really cool. And if you could get that into Pied, so I think there's definitely some potential.
I love the variability.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And we got our first Pied Het clown female this year, so now we have a breeding pair. We'll try to make some clown Pieds, which isn't really like a huge passion for me, but they are cool looking, and just I like to see what kind of stuff we can make, and so we'll just keep playing with stuff. And I like the unknown, so
yeah, that's what I love about it. All right, so you ready for these hot seat questions?
I don't know. I think Isabel should have to do this. You've been quiet this whole time. You're up now.
Well, you guys could both answer it.
Okay.
One at a time, okay?
Okay.
And whatever she doesn't want to answer, it doesn't, she doesn't have to.
Okay.
All right. So, hot seat questions. You know how this goes. Nice and fast, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll give you more time on certain ones.
Okay.
All right. Frozen thawed or live?
Frozen thawed. Yeah.
All right. I know she agrees.
Yeah.
Egg cut or no cut?
Egg cut.
Oh.
Yeah, we cut it. We're cutters.
What day?
Oh, that's a hard one. Not before 54.
A week. No.
Yeah, not before 54. Preferably 56 to 58.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm letting one pip unless I have to check what's in there.
We're just not that
If I
patient.
check, I just open a little window and I close the flap.
Well, and we had 2. We've already had 2 this year that were tangled up in their cords. So I'm even more on team cut now and we had good luck. I've lost them like that before, and both these ones this year have been fine. So
yeah, I'll let one pip most of the time now, and then I'll cut.
Yeah.
All right. Least favorite recessive gene. I already know the answer to that. But
I can't say.
why?
Just from what I've seen, I'm not a Sunset fan.
Okay, that's fine.
But I agree there is potential, and I'm just waiting to see it.
All right, Isabel, how about you?
I like the normals, so I just don't really.
What did you just tell me the other day that you didn't think it was that great?
What?
The clowns.
Oh yeah.
I think she's getting bored with clowns.
There's a lot of clowns here.
Yeah, we have a lot of clowns.
Hey, guess what? There's a lot of clowns everywhere.
Yes.
Let's be real, All right. Least favorite, incomplete dominant.
Oh. She's like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know. A few weeks ago I would have said pastel, but my view of that is changing. So I don't know. I really love codons, so I don't know that I have one I don't like.
There has to be one. There's some bad ones out there, okay?
No, I love cinnamon.
No, but I like super cinnamon.
Oh yeah, we don't do super cinnamons.
Okay.
We're not fans of the super cinnamon.
She's not.
No.
I like them.
She's like, I love the way they look. I don't know. I can't. My mind's a blank. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Red chondro or yellow?
Red.
I guess red.
Red.
Her favorite colors.
Definitely red.
Yeah, red's super cool. All right, one reptile you would import to your collection no matter what the laws or or
that I would or that I wouldn't.
That you would.
That I would. What if any reptile? What would we have?
A green tooth python.
Well, you can have a green tooth. Like, is there anything crazy? Like a kimono dragon?
Ooh, I really want one of those dragons that have.
Yeah, we want frill dragons.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I don't know if we'll ever get them, but we want them.
Daddy doesn't. I don't think he agreed with that.
Yeah.
What's one reptile no one should touch or have?
Oh, that's hard.
Probably like
Kimono dragons?
I don't know what that is. Like, I feel like people should have them. Just like maybe not touch like the little ones.
The little ones?
Shout out to Shane.
I don't know.
Above all scales.
I don't know.
Mm.
I mean, I think there are some species that don't do well, but then that's always the challenge.
I know it starts with a P, but I can't
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, we could go to the next one.
I'm not even against venomous necessarily. I think
No,
venomous.
me neither.
Yeah,
as long as you're a professional,
Yeah, well, and especially like working in medicine, like we wouldn't have anti-venom if like I know people who keep rattlesnakes to help make anti-venom. So, I think as long as you're responsible doing that, then awesome.
Maybe a
Black mamba.
So-
It still says no black mambas.
No black mambas. Okay. I mean, those are so fast. I mean, hey, I would never. So I love cobras, and I can never have one because I won't take the risk,
Yeah.
But that's my favorite snake by far.
They're pretty cool.
All right, yay sports or boo sports?
I'm a boo sports.
sports.
Do you like sports?
Baseball?
Yeah.
They're fun to watch, but I don't know anything that's happening.
Yeah, we're not like. Sorry.
We're not big on sports.
You play any sports in school?
I guess
No.
I do karate.
She's a karate. Yeah, she's a red belt.
Okay. Hey, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Don't mess with Isabel, okay?
I know she'll kick your butt.
All right. Big flex or no flex?
I don't know. What does that mean?
That means, are you a show off or?
Oh God, no.
All right, so when you hit that super lorry leopard, are you gonna flex?
Yeah, like 3 weeks later, I'll finally take a picture and be like, okay, look at this awesome steak.
All right,
It takes me some time.
I mean, that's kind of a flex, isn't it?
I guess so. I have to build up to it. It's not a natural thing for me.
All right. Nirvana or Pearl Jam?
She's in that.
She's like, Mom knows that answer. I'm going to have to go with
I don't-
Nirvana. Although we do love our Pearl Jam too.
What are those?
It's some music groups.
Yeah.
Sorry, Isabel. That's probably not down, you know.
She thinks Mom's taste in music is really bad.
All right. East Coast or West Coast rap? Hip hop.
She's like, I don't know. I'm gonna go with West Coast.
All right. Favorite West Coast hip hop artist?
I don't know. That's not my genre, man.
All right. So I guess let's leave that alone.
Sorry.
All right. Word association.
Okay.
FedEx shipping.
Good.
Necessary.
100%. Stuck shed.
No.
Necessary.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens.
I'm like, it's not necessary.
It's not necessary.
It's not necessary.
You fix that. You fix it.
Spray, soak. All right. Reptile show.
Necessary.
You're gonna say the same thing now, every word association?
Yeah.
All right. First time ball python breeder.
Support.
Necessary.
And necessary. Support.
Learn.
Yeah. There's this thing in nursing, they say nurses eat their young. Like, and it's true. Like, you'll see it all the time, which is anytime someone's coming into your field, you should help them grow and support because they're going to be your peer someday.
Yeah. I gotta ask my daughter about that. She's an LPN. She'll be an RN in the next 6 months. I gotta ask her. What do you say that nurses eat their young?
Nurses eat their young.
I'm
Never work on a unit where the nurses eat their young.
gonna ask her about that. All right. Milk.
Gross.
I don't like the smell.
We're not milk people.
Oh, okay.
I like it
All right.
too.
Facebook reptile groups.
Sketchy? I don't know. I mean, I know of a few good ones, but I know of a lot of bad ones.
I haven't participated in a Facebook reptile group in about 2 years. And
I have one that I go to semi-regularly.
Yeah. All I did was the last 5 or 6 years before that was post pictures.
Yeah.
Post pictures and run.
We'll post. we only post to Facebook because it's connected to our Instagram. So
Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, every social media is important.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
All right. So I'm gonna ask anyway. Eliminate one incomplete dominant and one recessive. Forever.
Okay.
Forever.
Oh gosh, that's a lot.
One of them that we don't have.
What do we not? Oh yeah, something we don't have. She's like, don't touch my snakes. Recessive. Oh God.
Sunset.
Okay, genetic stripe. I'm not a genetic stripe fan.
Damn, you know what? I gotta give you props on that, Vicky. I'm working genetic stripe, and I'm kind of like.
I haven't seen anything that makes me excited. I could be wrong. And I have a female that's het G-stripe, and I'm like, maybe I should get a boy, and I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, I like some leopard genetic stripe, but
it's just I like
the
pattern, and it's a super pattern reducer, so it just goes against my nature.
I have some animals working in the collection that I got in because I saw the market kind of taking off on them, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope someone proves me wrong.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that.
Yeah.
All right. We are now going to Emilio's hot seats. All right.
It's the pressure zone.
Yes.
It's really dark in here.
I like this.
All right, one's got to go.
Okay.
Pompeii or Panda Pie?
One's got to go.
Yes, forever.
Which one?
Pompeii.
What's? I don't know.
It's so hard to get anyway. We'll just let it go.
Hey, Panda Pie's incredible.
You can. It's. I can achieve a Panda Pie. I'm still gonna try and achieve the Pompeii, but it seems to be really hard.
All right, one's got to go. Super Lorry Leopard or Super Asphalt MJ Exantic.
Oh, that's not nice.
It makes you think, huh?
Well, yeah.
Super something.
I don't know. Like, part of me wants to say Super Lorry Leopard because it's like I love it and it's my roots, but one's my future. So.
All right, so is that it?
Yeah.
Super Lorry Leopard.
Super Lorry Leopard.
All right. One's got to go. Nirvana or Johnny Cash?
She's like, I don't even know who those people are. Well, they're, Johnny Cash.
All right. I'm with you on that one. One's got to go. Perfect Circle or Bad Religion?
Bad Religion.
That was easy.
Yeah. I'm like a hardcore Maynard fan, so. Yep.
All right. Two more. One's got to go. Hypo or DG?
Oh, I'm going to say DG.
Damn, MJ's really happy with you right now.
I love hypo. We actually have a lot of hypo. It's like all these things I couldn't remember while we were talking. I have a ton of hypo, and I'm like expecting hopefully 2 of my first hypo collections this year. So I really like it.
You know what's crazy? I always offer up this question, and I don't think I can let any of those go.
Well, and that's like, why would you, right?
So I think I have to be fair to everyone and not ask that anymore because
it's kind of painful.
I don't think I would answer that. So,
yeah.
All right, this one is, I mean, for the whole market out there, right? All of you in the chat, I want you to answer this, okay? This one's really hard because these are the 2 genes that are produced the most in the whole industry, all right? One's got to go. Pied or clown?
Clown.
Isabel's a resounding clown.
I like pies.
She does love the pies. I'll agree with her.
Yeah.
It's run its course. I mean, not really, but if we have to choose, we'll say it's run its course.
You know what? I love clown.
I do too. I have a lot of clown.
Hey, I love clown to death, but if one had to go, I think I'd have to pick clown. And you know what? So far in the chat, we have 3 that have said clown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But we'll see. Stuff surprises you.
All right.
Oh.
Genomic Labs. Come on, bro. You got to answer the question. One's got to go clown or pied. Come on, man. See, bro, it's a resounding 100% so far.
Yep. We're winners.
Guys, thank you for coming on. And is there anything that we missed?
Oh, I'm sure something.
Is there anything you want to talk about before we end the episode?
I don't think so. We're just really grateful to be here. We're very excited that we got to come on and say hi. And it's did you want to say something?
No, fine.
You're so quiet. If you see us at a show, please come say hi and say hi to Isabel. We like to talk to people. We love to chat. So yeah, it's been awesome. Thank you.
You said you're gonna vend Pomona, right?
Yeah, we'll be at Pomona in Anaheim.
Okay, and yeah, that's what this one coming up. Are you gonna be able to make it out to Trap Fest or no?
It's hard traveling with her. It kind of complicates it a little bit. So I'm still trying to figure out the logistics. Well, you probably would not have fun at Trap Fest. So if Grandma comes with us and Dad is agreeable, then we will be there.
Okay.
So.
I'll be at Trap Fest. I'm not gonna be at the show this time, but the next time I come to Cali, I will be at the show and we will meet.
Okay.
I'll hang out at your table, and we'll
come say hi.
Yeah, I'll check out the whole show and get to see everybody. Again, what do you have to say to your supporters out there?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, just thank you to everyone. And if I've never told you this, like, of all of the amazing people who are in this community, like, we couldn't do it without everybody, and it's just been amazing. So if you've interacted with us at any point, thank you, because you help us make it possible.
All righty. Everyone, let's give Vicky and Isabel a hand. Thank you for coming on, Vicky.
Thank you.
Isabel, keep growing with the hogs too, okay?
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you for supporting us all. What an amazing episode, right? With Vicky and Isabel. Again, the hobby growing through, the pet side and then getting into the investment side. That's what this is all about. Thank you for coming on and supporting. I'm by myself on the camera, bro. Gotta get used to this. Guys, check out the Trap Patreon. Check out the V-Unit subscription. Me and MJ are in this for the long haul. We do this for a living. We are what you see. We are all about this game, about all of you. All right. We will steer you the right way and help you make the right decisions and avoid the potholes, Thank you for all the support. Thank you for supporting the Trap. And it's a wrap. You guys have a good night.